SourceFedNerd Anime Club, it's me, Jenny, aka ClassyLibrarian, and this week's anime was Samarai Champloo. I don't know whether or not that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but that's how I've been pronouncing it. And my quickie review for this is I really enjoyed it. It's probably the most kind of fun you can have learning about a particular period in Japanese history. There's a lot of references in this to genuine historical events. There's a lot of European versus Japanese clashes, particularly the Dutch. There's stuff about female rights. There's stuff about the samurai culture in general. There's genuine historical events that happened in this sort of fun anime sort of sliced in there. It's really fun to learn about Japanese history in this way. I really liked the fact that even though it's set in this historical way with this occasional breaks into very traditional art styles and generally realistic art throughout, how it's kind of also got this very modern feeling to it. It's got a lot of modern cultural references thrown in, whether or not it's the music style, which is very hip-hop bass line, or whether or not it's kind of slicing in modern plot lines into this historic setting. So there's one episode where it's all about a tag war, where people are tagging in graffiti, and there's one which is all about a guy who's basically having a rap battle, but instead of actually rap battling, he's samurai battling. So it's kind of a weird mix of both. The first episode in particular, very resonant with this theme, because it's almost like a remixed record, the way that they've sliced up the timelines. So I really enjoyed that. I really like the kind of modern feel to a very historically accurate series. I'm sure there are a couple of points where it's not historically accurate, but I did like the fact that it did throw in a lot of genuine events. So I like the art style, I like the music, I like the feel, I like the historical part of the plot. I like the characters. Fu, I really like. She is kind of clumsy, but she's very lovable. You're kind of rooting for her from the beginning. I kind of half and half on how her character is treated, because she's very much the Velma, if you're going with American references, of the series, where she gets kidnapped every episode or is used as a hostage every episode. And she even points it out at one point. There's an episode where they basically read her diary and she's like, I got kidnapped again, what's going on? So she's a bit of a damsel in distress, which I didn't particularly like, but it is somewhat historically accurate that women in this time period didn't have as much power. There's an episode where a woman is sold into prostitution to deal with her husband's gambling debts. So it's relatively historically accurate, and you know, women were vulnerable in the time, so it's partially realistic, but I'm not sure whether or not I appreciate it happening quite so often. But I did like her character, I enjoyed her journey. I like the two male characters, Jin, who is this very well-trained, classic, intellectualized, traditional version of a samurai, who's very moral and, you know, think first and then, you know, do what needs to be done, in equivalent to Mugen, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, who is a very free-spirited sort of samurai. So he has the training, but it's been very quick-witted, very instinct-based. And I like those two in a perfect foil against each other, because they start off finding each other as equals in terms of battle, and then being determined to kill each other. And I really liked how that played out in their relationship. So I like the characters, I like the plot. It's relatively short for an anime series, so I would recommend watching it. The action is done really well. Every single fight sequence is really fun, it's really fast. I like the art style. So there's pretty much not much stuff in this anime that I didn't like. I would definitely recommend watching it. I think it's really interesting for people who want to know a little bit more about Japanese culture. It's a very fun way of learning a very small amount of their history. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It is definitely for adults. There is a lot of sexualization messages about prostitution in this that are not really accessible for people. I wouldn't recommend anyway for people who are under, say, the age of 16. But the fight sequences are really well done, and I think it is a really good anime for people who are maybe just starting out and are wanting something a bit more along the lines of a classic cartoon series. It's a nice introduction. And that's it. And because I haven't said it in a while, thank you subscribers for being here. I realise sometimes my videos are up a bit late and sometimes I mumble and say the wrong things, and I just want to thank you for all being here. You guys are amazing. I love doing this. I have a horrible cold right now. It's nearly dark and I'm still filming this even though I know it probably is too late to get featured, because I just love hearing from you guys. I love hearing from you down in the comments, and you guys are all awesome, and I wish you all a big hug. Same to the SourceFed editors, for people who put up with my rambling every week. And that's it. I will see you guys next week. Bye guys.